North Carolina Republican Mark Robinson appears to have a very interesting history online. CNN recently published a deep dive into his alleged activities and comments, many that predate his entry into politics and his current stint as North Carolina's lieutenant governor. Meaning that, of course, the opposition research against Mark Robinson when he was running for that position wasn't very good, apparently. Now, considering how the internet is forever, if you're not careful, people are going to see what you've been up to. And for him, well, he's been up to some pretty shady stuff. Now, normally, none of it illegal, of course, but normally I do not care about a person's online activities or his comments or what kind of stuff he watches, whatever, unless there's some sort of hypocrisy or illegality involved. Now, in Mark's case, there is some definite hypocrisy. So let's go through that. Robinson has quite a history of being transphobic, and yet seems to enjoy watching transgender pornography while referring himself to as a perv. Okay, all right. Now the comments, which Robinson denies making, were made under a username that CNN was able to identify as Robinson by matching a number of biographical details and a shared email address between the two. Getting back to how, if you're not careful, you're gonna get found out. All right. Now, many of Robinson's comments were made between 2008 and 2012 on something called Nude Africa under the name Mini Soldier. Robinson had listed his full name on his profile for that website, as well as an email address he used across numerous websites on the internet for decades. So the anti-trans stuff, let's get to that. Now, Robinson had argued during his campaign that people should use the bathrooms that correspond to the gender that they were assigned with at birth. And if you don't, then you should be arrested for that. He said, quote, "If you're a man on Friday night and then all of a sudden on Saturday you feel like a woman and you want to go into the women's bathroom in the mall, you will be arrested or whatever we got to do to you." Wow. He said, "We're going to protect our women." Really? Really? First of all, that doesn't actually happen. That's not a real thing. You don't just suddenly on Saturday or whatever, wake up and like, I am the opposite gender. No, that's not how that works, all right? But aside from that, he's calling for the criminalization of trans women who just need to pee. That's his public stance, right? His private stance appears to be a little bit different. He said, quote, in one comment, "I like watching Teesler on girl porn. That's effing hot. It takes the man out while leaving the man in." Wow. Wow, okay. So, there you go on that one, all right?
Sexual anarchy.
Didn't need to know, but again, hypocrisy. That's not the only comment he made in favor of transgender pornography, which, by the way, it's not a bad thing at all. I don't think it's bad to watch it. You do you. If that's what you enjoy, that's great. Nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with it is hating on trans people and denying them basic human rights while also jerking it to them. You know what I'm saying? There's that hypocrisy angle. Now, he had also, by the way, getting to the bathroom part, because he's so worried about, transgender people peeping in on women in the bathroom, right? Just being that whole purpose of like, oh yeah, you feel like a woman the next day, and so you're gonna go and try to peep into the women's bathroom. No. Apparently, he himself has done something similar, not dressing up as a member of the opposite gender, of course, but peeping in on women in the bathrooms. He explained his memories of going into the gym showers to peep on women who were taking showers. Quote, "I came to a spot that was a dead end, but had two big vent covers over it. It just so happened that it overlooked the showers. I sat there for about an hour and watched as several girls came in and showered." Disgusting. He said, "I went peeping again the next morning, but after that, I went back to the ladder and it was locked. So those 2 times were the only times I got to do it. Ah, memories." Yeah, disgusting. So this guy's like, oh, we got to protect the women from the trans women, who, by the way, are also women. But not from the self-described pervs like himself that go in and peep on women while they're taking showers. Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, there's another issue that he commented on, abortion. So while he was campaigning for lieutenant governor in 2020, Robinson advocated for a complete abortion ban with no exceptions. So now he's a little bit different. Now he says, well, okay, sure, not complete abortion ban. Well, we'll give him 6 weeks, right? So that's the so-called heartbeat bill, which is not actually a heartbeat because there's actually no heart at 6 weeks. It's just electrical activity in a proto-heart tissue, okay? So now, anyway, this would ban abortion around 6 weeks with exceptions for rape, incest, and health of the mother. So it's a bit different than his original, position, right? But even more different from his original position. Because when he was writing as mini soldier on Nude Africa back in December of 2010, Robinson said he didn't really care about people having abortions. Especially when it comes to celebrities. He says, look, I don't care. I just want to see the sex tape. Oh, right. So you can get off on it. Lovely. That's the hypocrisy there. But we're not done. Now, obviously, he's a black man. But he has some very interesting thoughts about slavery. Now, in fact, writing in a forum discussing black Republicans back in October of 2010, Robinson had stated unprovoked, quote, I'm a black Nazi. So this guy's, just like unprompted talking about black Republicans. And he's all like, I am Adolf Hitler. What? That same month, Robinson wrote in another post that he supported the return of slavery. Quote, slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. I wish they would bring it back. I would certainly buy a few. And getting back to the Hitler, he preferred Adolf Hitler to Barack Obama. Quote, I take Hitler over any of the S that's in Washington right now. And of course, since he is a black Nazi, again, self-described, right? A lot of his posts contain derogatory and racial slurs directed at other black people, of course, Jewish people, and Muslims. Yeah. So, yeah, that's who this guy is. But no, he comes out and he's like, oh, that's not me. No, that's not me. That's because it would look real bad. He said, this is not us. These are not our words. And this is not anything that is characteristic of me. Even when he was presented with the evidence connecting him to the mini soldier username on Nude Africa, Robinson said, I'm not going to get into the minutia of how somebody manufactured this. These salacious tabloid lies. Really? Oh. Now, CNN reached out to Robinson Tuesday morning with evidence connecting him to the comments, but it took his campaign about 2 days to respond with that denial. He also said, we're not getting out of this race. There are people who are counting on this to win this race. Yeah, that would be you, because you want power. But again, there's a ton of evidence that linked Robinson to this account. In his profile, Mini Soldier listed his full name as Mark Robinson and disclosed a private email address that Robinson had used elsewhere online. Mini Soldier mentioned in 2008 being married for 18 years, which corresponds with Robinson's marriage to Yolanda Hill in 1990. In 2011, Mini Soldier wrote that he'd been married 21 years. Mini Soldier wrote in a 2011 post that he lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, the same town where Robinson lived at the time and currently lives. In a post in 2012, Mini Soldier said he served in the Army in the 1980s, during the same period as Robinson. In his graphic comments detailing watching women in the showers, Mini Soldier wrote that his mother worked at a HBCU. Robinson's mother worked as a custodian at North Carolina A&T State University, an HBCU located in Greensboro. Mini Soldier and Robinson often posted about the same topics online, including reviews for remote-controlled helicopters, their attraction to specific celebrities, and their favorite Twilight Zone episode. The email address associated with Mini Soldier on Nude Africa was also used by Robinson elsewhere online and on social media. On the commenting platform Discus, for example, a user who joined in April 2011 features Mark Robinson's photo under the username Mini Soldier. On and on. Buddy, you're busted. So, I mean, that's very, very clear, right? Yes, it's the same guy. So what's going to happen? Well, for one, possible, actually looking likely when it comes to the polls, that he's going to lose his election. All right, so polls have him behind. Now you have this. So, and here's the thing with all of this, I don't see a lot of Republicans that would suddenly rally behind a black man. For obvious reasons. Perhaps if Mark Robinson had been white, then it'd be a different story. Republican voters certainly are very, very capable of ignoring these things if the candidate is a certain color. Okay? I mean, they ignored all of Donald Trump's scandals. So, obviously, they have the capability to be able to ignore certain things. But when it comes to a black man, well, it's a little bit different. That's why I'm saying Mark Robinson is cooked. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.